Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling. Oh, Danny boy, it's St. Patrick's Day. Who cares for green tinted beer at the pub place when you can sit in this live stream here with me? You raise me up. Hi. Hello, welcome to the live stream. About time I made it. Am I right? About time. Thank you very much. I know. I left all of you in such anticipation. That's gonna be hilarious. Welcome to the St. Paddy's Day live stream. I see we have three viewers watching on the TV or their mobile phone, watching on the PC, on the computer. How many computers do you have? Oh, just 33. 333. I just wanted an excuse to say 33. Irish person playing Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Anyway, let's get the party started. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. So, why don't we start with the most pressing news of the day, in that I am once again going to be running the Loch Ness Marathon. Pardon me. I'm so sorry for that. Just had a nice dinner, nice inviting dinner. Simple stuff, but you carry blessings with everything. So yes, after much encouragement from a gym tutor who just said, all right, Callum, don't hesitate for much long because the sales are apparently on record this year. Don't hesitate, just do it. So I did it. And I'm very glad I did because I found this very noble charity called Fifth Gospel Christians. Don't worry, fellow brethren, the title is symbolic, not meant to be taken absolutely literally. Fifth Gospel Christians is an organization which, from what I understand, they're helping children and such individuals who are suffering over at the chaos happening in Bethlehem and Gaza. So, yeah, that'll definitely be a noble cause worth fundraising for. And so far, on day one, as it were, 6% of people, well, 6% people. That doesn't make sense. Okay, two people. That'd be rather concerning if like two people were just 6% of the population. 6% of people. What are you talking about? All right. Okay. Two people have managed to take up. Now you're implying that they fit in this like money vault. They just awkwardly sit there until this marathon. Okay. Words not working for mouth. Anyway, just focus. People have managed to so far fund 6% of the £800 target. There we go. I managed to say what I needed to say. Words are now working for mouth. There we go. So £50 raised by two donors so far. So a little bit started, but we've got a long way to go to 800. The Loch Ness Marathon itself begins on the 27th of September. And this will definitely be a cause worth raising awareness for. Very much looking forward to seeing the fruits of the labors of going there. And looking forward to just seeing the site, seeing the people. And I hope to beat my record. Last time I ran, the first time I ran, I managed to do it in 4 hours and 30 something minutes. Was it 31, 33, 37? I beat my record by 13. Previous record was... Anyway, the last time I did it, I managed to beat my record and do it in 4 hours and let's see. Okay, so I did it in 13 minutes. Okay, so if I did it in 37, so let's see, that's 1, 2, 3. Okay, I could be mistaken. It was 4 hours, 24 minutes. Hang on a minute. I actually have the records. Hang on a minute. Be right back. Let's see. Here we go. Yes, so previous marathon record was 4 hours, 24 minutes, and 20 seconds. Yeah, that's what it was. Yes, there we go. First time I did it was... okay, so my first marathon time was in 4 hours, 37 minutes, and 21 seconds. And my previous marathon record was in 4 hours, 24 minutes, and 20 seconds. That was my previous record. So, naturally, I'm hoping to beat that. I'm hoping to beat that. Hang on a minute. There's something else I need to just handle. Right, back on track, talking about marathon times. Good times, marathon times, right. So, with this marathon time, hopefully I'll beat that record by with 4 hours, 24 minutes, and 30 seconds, even if it's just 1 minute. The reason why I did that first marathon in 4 hours and 37 minutes, because as strong enough as I was to get it all done, I had sore knees from all the amount of marathon training I committed myself to. It became more than training. It became a hobby of mine. I like to run. I like to go outside and just go to like distant forest areas, like in Loch and in any other areas that I think, ooh, unfamiliar territory. Let's venture there. I like doing that. I like having adventure, you know? I like to see the sights. I like to do that. It's riveting. It's fresh air, and I get the sunshine, and as well as endure the rain and the wind and stuff like that. It's great fun. But there's a time when I was overdoing it, especially going full pelt downhill on tarmac. Never do that, because that destroys Okay, not destroys, it damages. There's a difference between damage and destroy. Obviously, if I destroyed my knee marrow, I wouldn't be able to do stuff like this. No, I did not destroy my knee marrow. I damaged my knee marrow. It's basically like I don't know if you can see it, but basically right here, I injured basically that area on both knees, right? Because I was going full pelt on tarmac downhill, damages the knees. So it made stuff like getting up and stuff like that more difficult than it needed to be. So I put on these athletic these knee cap support things, which are like straps you can put on, and managed to get that sorted. And I found that not only does the knee straps actually help to not only do they help to gradually support the knees, but I also find they help to enhance the performance as well, because they make the legs react a lot quicker, thus making you faster. I find that very fascinating. Now, I believe I did do that previous marathon time with the knee straps as well. Basically, that first marathon time I did, I was going in with knees that were still fairly sore, as well as not bulky but comparatively bulky equipment, because the reason why I beat my record by 13 entire minutes was because I was wearing lighter equipment. as well as just getting stronger in general, which is kind of weird because the last time I beat my record in the Loch Ness Marathon, I didn't train nearly as much as I did the first time I did this event. You would have thought that by training more, I would have actually, gotten faster. But as it turns out, taking it easier on yourself has its perks. Something I've learned, even just very recently, that even professional athletes give themselves more of a break than you actually realize. Like it's true. Not only that, but I think it was a magazine, a sports magazine I was reading at the gym, and it was giving out advice on different exercises, lifestyle, stuff like that. There's an old lady who's still running strong, and she says that her techniques are to just keep at it, but don't overdo it. Just do it in moderation. That's basically how that old lady did it. And also apparently, according to that same another magazine I read nearby, apparently people who affiliate with some kind of religion, implying a greater purpose or stuff like that, they tended to excel at the gym. Basically, the magazine says whatever motivates you at the gym. If you're motivated by something, you're more likely to succeed at working out at the gym. So I guess it's all coming full circle. Just thought I'd mention that to you. I guess there's also the fact that I was more familiar with the track as well. I was more familiar with some of the ups and the downs that would wear people down. I mean, it's a long track, and you'll be struggling just to even keep moving when you reach even just before halfway there. And you'll be begging for all kinds of water and energy gels and the like. I really should have taken more of those energy gels on the day. I'm very grateful for all the kind of water I can get. Apparently, football players could take drain liters worth of water just because of the sheer vigorousness of the physical activity of the sport. So marathon runners are no different. I suppose the reason I beat my record was lighter equipment, and taking it easy on myself, as well as getting stronger, more familiarity with the track. What should I do for next time? I mean, obviously, I'll need to train when the summertime comes along, and I'm gonna have to work on just full on commitment and just focus on when to drink from that useful water pouch thing that I've got. But of course, at the end of these marathons, when I'm giving it my all, my legs are just always kind of aching, just struggling to just even walk. But it's absolutely worth it because that once you recover, the legs are going to be all the more stronger for it, and more likely than not, your lifespan is probably going to go longer or something. But there's people who are far older than me, or look least likely to run than me, who managed to get way ahead than me in those Loch Ness Marathon tracks. It's amazing what kind of people can keep ahead of you. There was a man in a T-Rex inflatable suit who was able to catch up with me. That should tell you something about the dedication of these people. And I know people can be impressed at the fact that I managed to do it in in the 4.5 hour approximate twice in these Loch Ness Marathon events. But I gotta admit, even I think, okay, that might not be enough, because if I go any slower, then I'm gonna be less than the athletic standard of 5 hours. So there is that bit of pressure there to do well. There's always going to be these people that outpace me, but maybe I shouldn't really berate myself that much. But anyway, yes, I'll be doing the Loch Ness Marathon again. I really like doing it, and I'm still in my 20s, so might as well do these vigorous activities whilst I'm in my 20s, because your 20s, from what I understand, are your biological peak, although I hear you bulk out in your 30s. So looking forward to that. Yeah, if you can, just hop on the site right now and just donate. You're going to be supporting not just me, of course, but also those children and all those people who are suffering in Gaza and in Bethlehem. They could really do with hope. Life's not worth living without hope. Hope's a battery. Hope is a life force, life energy. Can't really go much forward without it. Oh, sorry. Hello. All these people are commenting. What the heck's going on here? Oh, sorry. I was looking at money is such a beautiful. Oh yes. Oh yes. Hello, Cal. I thought I'd pop and say happy St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patty's Day. Sorry to hear it. That's where I have developed arthritis in my knees. Ooh, man. Oh man. Hopefully you can regain strength from yours. Oh, I have. Oh, don't worry. I have already. The sore knee thing that happened the first time I did the Loch Ness Marathon, which was 2023. Yes. And my second marathon run was in 2025. Don't worry, my knees have long recovered since like 2023. Don't worry, mate. Glad to see you're all here. Thanks very much. Sorry I didn't address your comments earlier. Sorry, I'm looking at my phone also. For some reason, it's not bringing up all the different comments. Sorry, my bad. What else to bring up? I think I've said all that I've needed to say. Although that said, I'm very much looking forward to spotting that one juggler again, who's able to like literally juggle the entire way, which I'm still impressed by. I kid you not, like in case you weren't informed of this already, last time I did it, there was literally a man carrying a small fridge who ran the entire marathon track. It's like something out of Death Stranding. It's so bizarre to see. Right, I'm so happy to have my name affiliated with all these different raisings of charity throughout the years, I must admit. And I'm so happy I can help people out. It's great exercise for me. It'll expand my lifespan. It will expand the livelihoods of all the people I'm supporting. So I'm very grateful for that opportunity. Very grateful. Hopefully I make the most of my 20s. Because here's a fun fact for you guys. On the spring equinox, this Friday coming, I'm going to be turning 28. Yeah, 28. Late 20s. Anyway, so yeah, that'll be interesting. And I'll be visiting the Inverness Castle, which has had a renovation for like years, and only recently has it opened up to the public as a major attraction. I mean, before the renovation, it was used as a court of law. Obviously, before that, it was used for like historical significance of like the Culloden battlefield and the like. Oh, you're still up, pup. Thanks for the reassurance, Papa Dog. Papa Dog. Papa Dog. Right. I mean, yeah, future generations are coming in, and I got urinated on today. That should tell you something about generations. What else to focus on? So yeah, look forward to a vlog for St. Paddy's Day, and also on my birthday, on that day when the sky fell away, I'll be the Super Smash Brothers animation that I've made will be publicly released. I've been focusing on just promoting it via shorts and little teasers and trailers and stuff like that. Well, a teaser and a trailer. people seem really excited, really impressed by what I've been doing. It's been a while since I've published an animated anything on the channel. To be fair, it's something I really want to pursue on the channel, and I'm grateful to be living in a time when my dreams are slowly but surely becoming reality. So that'll be great. You know how you do your door trick? Imagine doing 26 miles of that. Yeah, 26 miles. That's a marathon for you. So yes, those are the major channel updates. There will be more gameplay videos. There will be, oh yes, there'll be a new type of review series coming along to this channel fairly soon enough. It's all about constructive advice, and I won't say more about that for now, but you'll know what it is when you see it. Trust me. I've had plenty of requests for movies to watch and the like, including from Double A here. And here comes Godzilla fan. Says, "Hey, Colin, happy St. Paddy's Day, buddy. And I appreciate you being my friend. I appreciate it. Appreciate it, laddie. Thanks for all your support. Happy St. Paddy's Day to you, laddie." Could have get out myself to know your stew tonight. So yes, those are all the major updates going on. Oh yes, I also plan to see Project Hail Mary, so expect a review on that. Also plan to see the Super Mario Galaxy movie, expect a review on that. So look forward to that when it comes out. I suppose speaking of movies, you'll be curious to know my thoughts on the Oscars. Oscars, who cares? Moving on. Okay, but I suppose if I were to elaborate even further, K-pop Demon Hunters won for Best Animated Feature. Congratulations, well earned. The song Golden won for Best Song. It's interesting that, and someone's pointed out this out to me on my own Discord channel, that K-pop Demon Hunters and The Prince of Egypt being one of my all-time favorite movies, are the only two non-Disney animated films to win the Oscar for Best Song. So that's an interesting observation. I told my mom, yeah, some woman won for Best Actress. Just funny things to say. And what else happened? Yeah, apart from that, there's really not much a reason to pay attention to the Oscars. Like, no one with a sensible mind cares about the Oscars anymore. And there's a video that was made by somebody. Hang on a minute, let's see if I can find it. Search my history. What was the name of the video? It was called just give me one. Don't need this anymore. Oh no, I was up. Yes, there was a YouTube channel called Tomorrow's Filmmakers, and he titled his video "How Hollywood Killed the Oscars." I'll share the link for you guys to watch later, if you dare. Yeah, I know some of you will probably be curious, but Callum, what do you think of the Oscars? I just say I don't care. I don't care about the Oscars. And Wooza F9R joins us. Hey there, Scott. It's me, the guy with IPFP changed my profile picture. Right. Yeah, I changed my profile picture. Okay. Good to know. Nice creature. Good to have you here. Anyway, no one with the right mind cares about the Oscars anymore. It's because the Oscars used to be a place where they rewarded actual talent, but over time, Oscars have annoyed me since the 70s. Yeah, they have. They used to award actual masterpieces of movies like Amadeus, a creature you said, look at your profile picture. It's some kind of bear weasel creature sticking out its tongue. What's not to love about that? You feel free to correct me on what that is. Anyway, I won't elaborate too much on this, but basically, it's a bush dog. Bush dog. Thank you very much. But basically, regarding the Oscars, no one with the right mind cares about the Oscars anymore. They used to reward films of actual talent like Amadeus and the Lord of the Rings series, especially with Return of the King. That's a night to remember. Like Ben-Hur, actual brilliant movies like Titanic and those kind of beloved movies that people actually keep watching. But the majority of Oscar-nominated films these days are films that no one even bothers to go back to once they're talked about. They're like brought up for some random political talking point of the year, but then no one ever goes back to that. It's the difference between making a movie that is timeless and a movie that is just guaranteed to be dated by next year, next month, next week. Because the moment you make a story that just simply about the current political talking point and nothing else, prepare for it to be dated because it's just time bound by default. The best bit about the Oscars was Javier Bardem's speech. I didn't listen to that. Please enlighten us all about that. I'd be curious to know about that. Essentially, the Academy used to consist of people like awarding actual talent, but nowadays the Academy has expanded to just all these elitist, spoiled narcissists who only live in like New York and some other place and not in any actual movie-affiliated places. They only like catch a glimpse of the one movie they're meant to endlessly applaud like seals and mindless sheep and not actually watch other certain films closely. There's a big gap between the Oscars and the People's Choice Awards, and it shows. If you think about it, it's a members-only group of overly paid performers taking a night to pat themselves on the back. I mean, I love movies too, but a best is so subjective. Well, I mean, if Phil, if best is entirely subjective, then movies like Birdemic and The Room could debatably be masterpieces. or like Twilight could be seen as superior to Titanic, or like When Harry Met Sally, just because some teenager was going through her emo phase at the time. No. I refuse to believe that art is entirely subjective. There's an objective quality to art. I mean, I've got standards, crying out loud. This is something I debated a fellow art student with over at the art school. I mean, I get it, like different life experiences and stuff like that. But the more I look into the art, like my opinion, like objective art, it's gotten stronger actually. If I would honestly try and time travel back to the room and just make a case like, look here, there's a reason why we admire beauty and kind of steer away from like warts on people's faces, or steer clear of modern like rubbish and immerse ourselves in the landscapes. Why? Because beauty is a transcendent thing, as well as obviously you like reduce it to okay, but no one is going to give those kind of films a Best Picture award. We know they're trash. Yeah, exactly. Javier Bardem used the platform to say free Palestine and end this injustice war. Right. Okay. Right. Right. That's another thing about the Oscars. Like, they're not being used as platforms to actually celebrate the talent of the movie. That it's just a place where actors and directors come together like, oh, this is my chance to speak out about insert political talking point here. And there's this strange cognitive dissonance about these really rich celebrities trying to lecture us about how we ought to live. I mean, obviously, if they've got legit concerns about things going on in the world, fine. But at the same time, there's these double standards. Like, for example, Leonardo DiCaprio keeps like rambling on about climate change. Yeah, says the man who's constantly using private jet plane parties and the like to travel around the world. Climate change, the fossil fuels. Hello. Like, and there's all kinds of double standards like that. I mean, there's a reason why the woke agenda keeps getting criticized. It's because of those double standards. And you see those double standards just on stage. And it's got to the point where like Ricky Gervais in the Golden Globe Awards pointed out the stupidity of these double standards. Like this series by Apple that celebrates human dignity, made by a company who makes sweatshops in China. You are in no position to lecture the public about anything. Most of you have spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg. That speech has aged like fine red wine. Yeah, the other issues with them too. Yeah. So yeah, like it's very evident for the past several years that the Oscars have been more fixated on trying to say something about the current political talk but what about the quality of the story? What about the delivery of the acting? Like, what about the meaningfulness of the thematics? What about the overall delivery, the pacing? What about that? No, there literally be films where characters can act really goofy, but then they get patted on the back and given like the Academy Award just because they were in this marginalized group, just because of like. Just because they spoke about this and that, not because they were actually talented, primarily speaking. And that cognitive dissonance has caused such disillusionment between the audience and Hollywood. I mean, of course, there's still great stuff being made in Hollywood. I mean, I've heard nothing but good stuff about Project Hail Mary. People are really excited for Dune Part 3, which I'll get more into later on. The trailer released literally earlier today. Javier Bardem has genuine concerns about Gaza. It's why he got blacklisted by Hollywood themselves, which tells you everything. Good grief. Scott, didn't you inform me that One Battle was a terrible film? How it has won Best Picture, right? That's a very interesting movie because I've had several people, including one of my favorite online movie critics. Her name was like Future Movie Lens. Hang on, just double check if that was indeed her name. Don't want to butcher the name. I'm pretty sure it was Future Movie Lens. Just give me a moment. Was it Future Movie Lens? No, it wasn't that one. Hang on a minute. Oh, what was the name of the channel? Sorry, give me a moment. Oh, what was the name of that channel? That was something Movie Lens. What was it? What was it? Deep Focus Lens. That's the one. Deep Focus Lens. That's the one. Deep Focus Lens. Right. One of my favorite online critics, Deep Focus Lens, said that she really enjoyed One Battle After Another. I mean, interesting. I mean, the film One Battle After Another, from what I understand, it's not an entirely bad movie, but at the same time, when you compare that movie to the rest of the filmography of Paul Thomas Anderson as a director, One Battle After Another clearly does not stand tall with the likes of Phantom Thread or There Will Be Blood. I drink your milkshake. I drink it up. Anyway, it hurts your critical integrity a wee bit, don't you think? quite. I actually tried to watch One Battle After Another a few nights ago. Honestly, it lost me. Right. Yeah, like I said, because, I mean, I can understand like why people are like, giving it prestigious awards. Like, it brought up political talking points, revolution. That's another double standard about Hollywood. Like, you have all these, you'll even see it in like recent films like The Bride! I'm pronouncing that correctly because that had like an exclamation mark at the end. The Bride! That was a critical drinker joke. But basically, films like The Bride and One Battle After Another will say stuff like, yeah, we're against capitalism, but the Hollywood people critiquing capitalism themselves are benefiting from people and higher-ups that be funding them. And Hollywood is actually as capitalist as they get. People from the most highly capitalized place on earth telling us that capitalism is bad. Rules for thee, but not for me. And you wonder why so many people are disillusioned from the modern narrative. It's just so stupid. I mean, Paul Thomas Anderson, I mean, I guess he's a respected filmmaker, but come on, he's made far better movies than that. Anyway, I don't want to talk about the Oscars anymore, but needless to say, I've made my point. No one with a sound mind legitimately cares about the Oscars anymore, because the Oscars have lost touch with rewarding actual talent. They've lost touch with the audience, and they've lost touch with reality. So no one cares about the Oscars anymore. At least no one with a sound mind, at least. But you know what is catching my interest? Dune Part 3, because the trailer for that movie has recently come out, and that's got me very interested, especially since my friend Squid Bear, who won't shut up about the Dune series. That is not meant to be an attack on him. That was just a joke, but there's still truth in it. My friend who will not shut up about the Dune series will be particularly excited to see this, because he's been really getting into the Dune series, and he and his community of friends, including myself, have been taking the time to listen to Dune audiobooks. So thanks to him, he motivated me to complete reading the first Dune book, or the first two, depending on the way you look at it. And then we read Dune Messiah, which is the sequel of the Dune saga, the sequel of Dune, which Dune Part 3 will be based on. And to my knowledge, there has not been a film adaptation of Dune Messiah before. The chronology of the Dune series, at least as authored by Frank Herbert before his son Brian took over, is as follows. He made Dune, which has like two parts to it. He made Dune Messiah, which is the sequel, showcasing the consequences of Paul Atreides' jihad and how his ultimate downfall doesn't primarily come from the conquest or anything, but due to the sheer overwhelming nature of his interpersonal romantic life, without giving too much away, but I've probably given a lot away from that already. So after Dune Messiah, we get Children of Dune, in which we follow the adventures of their children, Ghanima Atreides and Leto the Second Atreides, as they're trying to avoid being assassinated. And Leto the Second makes a major sacrifice to basically sacrifice his humanity to literally become like Jabba the Hutt, to become a literal sandworm in order to enhance his power, enhance his spice-enhanced prophecy powers. And then God Emperor of Dune, you see Leto the Second just become this indulgent God Emperor who just cannot be questioned, and he's doing this really questionable stuff, all because he couldn't see a better alternative for what he calls the Golden Path. And then the last book after that is Heretics of Dune, and then Brian Herbert took over with the rest of the series. I mean, the entire Dune series. I'll keep saying the characters could have had taken a better path, but if my friend Brooks, it was up, we on here, he's kind of dogmatic, and even now he's gonna say, "No, Cal, you're." I get he's trying to make a point, but there's a way in which he talks where he'll say, "No, it needs to be this way." Even in casual conversation, I was like, "Oh, is that this way?" No, that's this is one of those things where if you get to know somebody long enough, you pick up on their traits, and then it's like how Batman is the only one who understands Joker, and Joker's the only one who understands Batman. I'm not trying to like jam up my friend. I'm just pointing stuff out. But anyway, yeah. But in all seriousness, my friend Squid Bear has he's really good at picking up on particular details that would have gone right over my head, because we as flawed human beings have this way of like filtering out information just so we can focus on the actual information at hand. But apparently Brooks, to a certain extent, doesn't have that. It's like sounds like a scene from Road to El Dorado. You don't have one. I will say I was disappointed Snow Bear was too late to get in line to be nominated for Best Animated Short. I think it could have won. Oh, it would have. It would have easily won. And if you ask me, it's probably going to win like Best Animated Short for like People's Choice Awards. No, I mean, I chose it as my one of my top films of 2025. That's a prize enough as it is. I mean, at the end of the day, something I've thought to myself is that if you're going to make a story and get it out there, your goal should not be to get an award. Your goal should be to have it have a lasting impression on people. Because if it makes a legit impact on people's lives, that's how it's going to last a lifetime. That's how it's timeless. I mean, if you're just going to get an award for the sake of the award, well, guess what? Bye-bye. Time bound. See you yesteryear. Bye. So there's that to take into consideration. Going back to Dune Part 3. Right. Absolutely. I was about to say the same thing. Amen, brother. Amen, brother. Yeah. So in regards to Dune Part 3, my friend's really good at picking up on the detail to the point where, I mean, he and I have been looking a lot into philosophical analysis. I mean, I'm the one that got him started on philosophical interest. But oddly enough, as the two of us have studied, he actually educated me at times in regards to philosophical topics. And then together we learned about the kind of education that unfortunately our schooling systems didn't dare to educate us on for whatever reason, unless I took higher history or something, whatever. But we learned about the history, like about the Enlightenment, existentialism, and the Greek thinkers and things like that. And the importance of like Thomas Aquinas and Saint Augustine, and he's been very much studying a very much overlooked aspect of Frank Herbert's works, the fact that he's so fixated on the ecology of his setting, basically the ecology referring to what environmental factors motivate the characters to do this and that, and how is the environment affecting them, and how do these external factors motivate the people to do all these different things and stuff like that. Fairly multifaceted, and he's been quite the way to catch on to that. Hello. How's it going? Well, thanks. Very well, thank you very much. Hey, doing well, thanks. That reminds me, I'll need to get on with the drawing stuff. In regards to Dune Part 3, obviously it's going to be adapting Dune Messiah. It's said to be like the conclusion of a trilogy. I've subbed. Yay! Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Every single subscriber I get will be very beneficial. So when that Super Smash Brothers animation comes out, please do me a favor and just get it out there to as many people as possible. Since I'm being monetized, if I just get some video viral, I could get paid a lot. So every little bit would help. Q-Man 2, welcome. I see you change your profile picture to a dinosaur. Rawr. What's up, dinosaur hoodie man? Thank you very much for joining. Welcome to the St. Paddy's Day party. All right. So since Dune is now here, and hopefully I do not get into copyright trouble, let's take a look at Happy St. Paddy's Day. Thank you very much. Been a fan of your channel. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Can you add me on Discord, please? I don't stay in servers for too long. All right. Oh yeah, sure. I think, didn't you gain access to my Discord server already? Okay. Boop. Hang on a minute. Oh yeah, there you are. Do I should invite to server? Copy. Here you go. And to anyone else interested, oh, thanks for your time and attention. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Can you also add me? What do you mean add you to Discord? You're in my Discord server already. What are you talking about? Have a good day. I have to head out, Cal, but yeah, good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. What do you mean? What's going on? What the heck? Double A, what are you talking about? You're in my Discord server already. What are you talking about? Double A, you? What are you talking about? All right, in the personal DM, I mean, I did. Eloin, I did. I sent the stuff to you. What are you talking about? I sent the link to you. What is going on? Am I going crazy? I'm gonna send a message to you saying hi, Elion. There you go. Hi. Did you receive that? We have Discord thingy. I'll try to add you to. Oh, you're on Discord as well. All right. The Livestream has just divulged into me trying to arrange people's Discord complaints. Yeah. All right, received it. Oh, okay. Phew. We're not. The world is not ending. The world is more sane than ever before. Right. Good. Right. There we go. I received your message loud and clear. Nice. You can join the Discord server now. Give you a thumbs up. Right. How many Irish whiskeys have you drank? Yep, bro. I don't know if I drank any Irish whiskeys tonight. I did drink Jack Daniels, Tennessee honey. That's an American brand. I didn't really drink any Irish stuff. Because what's the point? My main point was to get to the point, get people to Christ via my charity. Balls. Anyway, tell you what. Whilst we're on this occasion, everybody, get a drink, everybody. Stuff right here. Boys, the pipes are calling. Right, okay, everybody got the drink? Right, bump the knives, bend the forks, smash the bottles and burn the cooks. Alright, here's my little bit of whiskey. My little bit of Jack Daniels, not at all Irish whiskey. Bottoms up. Happy St. Paddy's Day. Maybe more people get to Christ already. Seriously. Down with the Green Bears. How the stuff rejuvenates you from cold. Not that I have a cold. Cheers. That is not how you spell cheers, but cheers. Don't worry. It's only a little bit there. Besides, I already had a little bit more before this live stream. Don't worry, it was all contained in this cup. It was watered down. But this isn't. Slange of what? Gaelic for cheers. Oh, yeah, it's good for the throat. Cheers, begears. There, that's how you spell cheers. All right. To dwarf. yes. To dwarves that go swimming with little hairy women. Right. Speaking of getting high, let's watch the Dune promotion. I'm going to feel a tingle on my fingertips. I think it's affecting me. What did I tell you? He can hold his leg. Game over. Anyway, sorry, sometimes my spelling is wrong sometimes. Yeah, it happens. It happens. Sometimes you spell it wrong sometimes. Sometimes you feel so sad, so bad. So bad, but nothing's gonna stop you now. Right. Let's get to the event of 2026. I must say, already, I can guarantee it. The trailer for Dune Part 3 has come out, and already people are more hyped for Dune Part 3 than Avengers Doomsday. There. Hot take, no regrets. Avengers Doomsday can have all the fancy countdowns at once. If you don't have a worthy story to build that up, what's the point in the countdown? The Dune film adaptations, whilst not perfect, have been a tremendous film series. Cautionary stories of these false messiah figures, and this is going to adapt Dune Messiah, and my friend Squidbear will be ecstatic over it. Or maybe he'll have that one or two complaint, especially in regards to the depiction of Chani and Paul's relationship. I know he's going to complain about it. I know he will. If he joins the live stream, he's going to correct me likewise. I know he will. I know him too well at this point. But anyway, without further ado, or in the Irish, without further ado, let's watch it for ourselves, just out of curiosity, just commentate.
Welcome to the Dune Part 3 trailer launch event. You are going to be the first crowd to watch this trailer. This is Denis Villeneuve's epic conclusion to Dune, and we have a lot to get through, and maybe even quite a few.
Oh yeah, the movie Goat. I have seen the movie Goat. If you want to see my opinion on that, go. I really should have put my letterbox link in the description of this live stream, but if you go to my social media links on the channel, you should be able to find my link to my letterbox account. On there, you'll find my review on Goat in more elaborate details. But to make a long story short, aside from the spectacular animation and really creative character designs and the occasional gag, it's not really gonna be life-changing in any way, shape, or form, unfortunately. Although, with that said, I heard that behind the scenes of Goat, there were people with disabilities who voiced the crowds of the movie, so that was pretty neat. But the film itself is very typical, not much to really stand out from it. You know, plot-wise, I'm saying.
A few surprises today. So I don't want to delay anything. Let's get this show started, and I'm going to start with a pretty...
Better sit down for the show, because I'm going to show you how it's done. Oh, yeah. Mojo was my favorite character as well. Just this absolute weirdo, who's just unashamed weirdo who's helping out the team, then playing a poker card game. Reverse uno! He just says some random stuff. I love the guy.
Production process that started in 2018 and over 150
Murder is icon.
large. Today, we are debuting the trailer to Dune Part 3.
Oh yeah, also Timothy Chalamet got into trouble for having a bit of a derogatory thing to say about ballet and opera, even though he affiliates himself with high art cinema. I mean, obviously, he meant nothing negative by it, from what I understand, but it's just something to acknowledge. I'm sure he'll get over it.
This film would not exist without the master of cinema, the great artist that is Denis Villeneuve.
You're not simping for him, are you? I mean, okay, don't get me wrong. Denis Villeneuve is genuinely good at what he does. It's just one of those things in Hollywood where you got to be cautious that sometimes these actors who are paid by these filmmakers, to endorse the movie, sometimes they'll just shill. It's their job. They gotta have to. But then again, that hasn't really stopped like Charles Dance from criticizing Game of Thrones, which he was a part of. Just something to keep in mind.
Denis always says, "Vive le cinéma," and with this third film,
that was a good idea. Casting this guy really Wonka.
A true act.
Would have thought.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying thank you to Denis for his dedication in bringing the Dune films to life, and now the Dune trilogy.
Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see into your imagination.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking I wanted to start with the obvious elephant in the room. You weren't sure if you were going to dive right back into the Dune world, if you were maybe going to take time off, if you might even want to make another film. But as we can see, you obviously came back for Dune Part 3, and you came back quicker than some people might have thought. Why was that?
What happened is two things. First, when we released Part 1, it was at the end of the pandemic. I was not really in contact with the audience, and when we released,
that's right. I actually remember they, due to it being at the tail end of the pandemic, they initially released Dune Part 1 on HBO Max's streaming software, just to compensate for the fact that releasing it in cinemas would be comparatively risky. So they did it on the streaming platform, and then they released it in cinemas. And I still remember seeing it in cinemas like twice. The second time I saw it was, oh no, wait. Sorry, I'm getting my Dune mixed up. I remember it was like when I saw Dune Part 2 for the second time in cinemas, it was after a big mountain climb. That's what it was, yeah.
Part 2, I received that wave of excitement and love from Part 1, and people I wanted to see Part 2, and the way the movie was received everywhere in the world. I mean, and when we screened the movie first in Mexico, there was 14,000 people outside the theater and 5,000 people inside. It was like that. It was that kind of roller coaster like that around the world, where we see an excitement, and I felt an appetite for the third movie that I was not.
Keep in mind, like much like Lord of the Rings, Dune was considered to be unfilmable. I mean, obviously, with some exception, but like there was a beloved miniseries based on Children of Dune, and certainly David Lynch gave it a shot with his own Dune adaptation. But Denis Villeneuve, despite the few shortcomings that he has, really brought along what people consider to be a visual companion to the books. So there's really well done, really well done.
Not expecting. And I felt when you as a filmmaker, you make those movies, when you make a series of movies, like you are in a relationship with the audience. And I felt a responsibility to finish the story. And I went back home. I said to my crew, I'm taking a break. That's it. Bye-bye. And I went back home, and I kept awaking in the middle of the night with those images. I was supposed to do another movie in the meantime, but the image of Dune Part 3, inspired by Dune Messiah, kept coming back. And I said, oh, all right, let's do it.
I'm glad you did. I also have a lot of questions about that in-between time. I'm not going to ask them here. The next thing I kind of wanted to go over is you keep these films very under wraps. I feel like very little gets out from set. And I kind of wanted to know if you can share anything at all of where we now are in the Dune story.
And the thing is that it's like it happens many years later. It's a very different movie from the two first ones. I said to myself, it's a good idea to come back to this world, not by nostalgia, but by urgency, and to go there with
That's a
a
refreshing
critical
take.
eye and the idea
Aye.
that not to be self-indulgent. And I said to my team that it will be a very different film, very
Wow. Restraint from a Hollywood filmmaker. Respect. We don't often get that these days.
different a Dune movie, but with a different tone, with a different rhythm, with a different pace. And if the first movie was more of a contemplation, like a movie that a boy exploring a new world, in
A
the second
whole
one,
new
movie, this
world.
one is a thriller. It's a
I
more
filmed
packed,
with
action-packed, and more
so
dense
many
film, more
drugs in
muscular than the others, I would
space.
say. And it's a movie that takes place like many years after the two first films, a bit like the book Dune Messiah gives a new sight on what happened to Paul Atreides. So there's a time gap, 17 years, where we see Paul dealing with the consequences of having too much power and him trying to figure out how to get out of this cycle of violence. And of course, he's an emperor who can see the future, so he's kind of invincible. And we will follow people trying to overthrow him. And
Well, it depends on what you mean by invincible. He has his shortcomings due to his conflict with like determinism and free will and you know all that kind of stuff. Good day because they're going to get a haircut. All right, nice. Glad to hear. Glad to hear.
it's a quite intense story. But the heartbeat of the film is still the relationship between Paul and Shani.
Not just with tone. I know you're working with a new
My friend Squidbear would be very critical of the film's depictions of like Chani and Paul Atreides as one of the weaker aspects of the series, um, due to not being developed properly. But hopefully, it'll get developed more thoroughly here.
DP for this film. What are some other, I guess, changes we can see? Because as we were discussing, it is a departure from the first two in a big way.
The world changed in those years.
Oh yes.
Climate is different on Arrakis, still the desert planet, but there are differences. We are visiting new sets, new place. I brought the camera.
Flora and fauna is being introduced.
I've not seen before.
Cities being built.
We are visiting a new planet as well.
Aye.
I wanted to approach this with a new pair of eyes. And I approached my dear friend Linus Sandgren, the cinematographer, who we decided both of us to shoot most of the movie in film. It has been, I didn't shoot in film since years. And we shot the movie in 65 millimeter.
Oh wow.
Most of it. A big part of it also was shot in IMAX film, first time for me. But I kept the desert in digital because I like the brutality of the digital IMAX. So the movie is really meant to be an IMAX experience and to be seen on the biggest screen as possible. Yeah, that's the way we dream the movie. Yeah.
I mean, I feel
Right. Note to self: go to Glasgow or something like that to go to the IMAX theater to really experience like Dune Part 3. I still remember like going to see Dune Part like the other Dune movies, like especially in Dune Part 2, there'll be moments where like characters will speak in like sort of noises really like get into your chest. I'd imagine like there's this joke on the internet, like in Part 1, there's a whole sequence of bagpipes, and the joke that's people made via memes is like this intense wind from the sheer volume, like the bagpipe music of Dune Part 1 in IMAX. Honestly, there's parts in Dune Part 2, like on the big screen, where some of the way the voices are like being used, it really rumbles in your chest. I love those moments. Instead of like really adds to the immersion, like specifically the throat singing at the beginning, and then when Paul Atreides says silence, you really like feel it in your chest, like it's unforgettable, absolutely unforgettable.
feel like your Dunes have kind of given us
Your Dunes.
what the common language is for that world for Arrakis, for the Atreides family and everything. But I feel like
Family.
one thing that really
Hashtag
stands out
Vin
is
Diesel.
Thor, where I mean, you coming down immediately just puts me back there, and I was curious if you can confirm or deny if Hans Zimmer will be back for the
Hans is working on the music already, and he's scoring. Yes, but it's gonna be like the movie is different, the score will be different, and it's something that Hans is very excited about, and approaching the with the same spirit as the two first films. I insist, it's a Dune movie, but it will be different. I will say this: it is one of my most personal film, if not my most personal film.
I wanted to talk a little bit about the theatrical experience. I know we're here, so it's quite fitting. How do you recommend seeing this? Obviously, I know that you shot in IMAX, but I kind of just wanted to hear your take on the theatrical experience, why it's important to come to cinemas, and also why you value IMAX so much.
The thing is that I value IMAX because it is the most immersive format. And it is, at the end of the day, cinema is an art form that is meant to
Absolute cinema.
make you travel, make you experience things that you will not live in the regular life. We are like in our little bubbles all around the world, and I think that theater, like some sport events or concert, bring us together. And I think it's there's something beautiful and human about that. It's very important.
I want to get back to the number that you said, 17 years. From like a production standpoint, how do you go about, I guess, just changing the world over 17 years and also changing characters and these actors to look 17 years
But
older?
the world is not that. I mean, I have some imagination. I can deal with that. Aging actors is more tricky, and I decided to go with more in the subtle way in front of the camera. Which I work with Ike Merker, one of the best makeup artists in the world, and we work hard to bring these characters, make them travel through time. And but the best way will be to show you some images, maybe.
Can we put that on the screen?
Let's take a look. There's an aged up Paul Atreides, aged up Chani. Her hairs are a bit like little white, like grayish kind of streaks there. Jessica. Jessica's aged rather gracefully. There's Duncan Idaho, who's brought back from the dead again. He's going to be brought back from the dead multiple times. Looks like Robert Pattinson. These are a decent enough job with like aging up Paul and Johnny so far.
Quite a lot of questions about every single one of the faces we just saw, but I believe you have some surprises still for us, correct?
Yeah. The thing is that I decided to bought some people that I deeply love with me. Some of them. The movie needed some kind of mystery and danger, and for that, I thought that Robert Pattinson will be a great sight.
I thought that was Robert Pattinson.
Innovative kind of madness, and for that, Anya Taylor-Joy brought this to the screen.
Anya Taylor-Joy, yeah. She's Princess Peach.
Women warrior.
Princess Peach with Batman.
The heartbeat of the movie. Zendaya is with us for Shani.
She was in Inverness. She got ice cream from Inverness.
Thank you, my friends. It's a trailer launch. It looks like a premiere.
Thank you guys so much for being here. Have you all seen the trailer yet?
I have.
Okay. How excited are you for fans to see this?
I'm so excited. I mean, this movie, or these movies, have meant so much to me over the years. I've literally been able to grow up in my entire 20s doing them, and so they have such a special place in my heart, and all these people do as well. So I'm very excited, very grateful.
Squidbear has dedicated a good chunk of his 20s to the Dune series. From what I know so far, or at least a good chunk of it, rather.
Well, this is fitting. We have one of your co-stars wanted to ask you the first question, so
Ooh.
please be ready for that.
Hi everyone, I've got a question for Zendaya. So at the end of the last movie, you ran away. I got Paul. Where are you now? Are you still mad at me? Do you kind of like me?
Wait, but she's in the movie. They know the story. Why is... okay, she's pretty much just asking the question on part of the audience, isn't she? Especially those who aren't familiar with the book. Yeah, this is just completely organized.
What do you like? I just want to know all of those.
Well, I want to start by saying I love Florence Pugh. So talented and so wonderful in this role. And I was just, we said the last time the press tour, like we only got like one scene together and we were far away. And I was like, I hope we get more. So I don't want to, tease anything, but she's absolutely phenomenal. And you guys will just have to see for yourselves
All
what
right.
happens. Because it's
Or read for yourselves like I have.
Can I ask,
Or
do
listen
you
more
and
specifically.
Paul have kids in this film?
Yes.
Okay.
What?
Did this guy even watch the teaser? This event must have happened before the teaser was released, right? I mean, they should already know this. It's Ganima and later the second. They have 2 children. They have 2 kids. MJ made out with Paul Atreides. Sorry, Peter Parker. Tom Holland, that's a joke. It's okay for you to marry Zendaya.
Over to you, director.
So Javier,
I'm not spoiling it.
I am their kid.
oh, okay, lovely.
That's a big
My
twist.
son.
It's a big twist, but
Gotcha.
it
It's
worked.
a good swing. Big swing.
Yeah. In part 2, you show unwavering loyalty to Paul, and I'm kind of curious in this film, 17 years later now, where that's taken your character, where that's taken you.
Well, I think it takes him to a place where he sees different realities of what being in power means after so long. And he's in this contradiction between the loyalty to the idea that he strongly fought and believed back in the day, and also the result of the idea becoming something that he thinks or feels that it may not be the thought that one day he dreamed about. It's a great analogy about the idea of power and having the power. And then Stilgar is there in that contradiction.
Gotcha.
Thank you very much.
Woo.
You too.
And yeah, judging from your poster, it seems your character is quite passionate.
Yeah.
Might have a lot to say. I was kind of curious if you could give us a little insight into maybe what drives her.
Ooh. Aaliyah has a very intense blessing curse situation. She
Yeah.
carries the weight and the wisdom of generations and
The
generations
pre-born prophecy
in
thing.
her head. She's never in a singular conversation. It's kind of everything everywhere all at once. And the one thing that she really feels most strongly about is her love and devotion to her brother, because that is the only person who's ever made her feel like she makes sense. He's understood her from before she was even born, and she will do anything for him.
She would
do
anything for
Very
love.
stories. Gotcha. Robert, what was it like
She would
joining this world,
do
joining Dune,
anything
meeting
for
Dune,
love.
like?
She
It's
would
just
do
incredible.
anything
So,
for love.
I absolutely adored these movies. I saw them multiple times in the theaters, and I think I was talking to you on the set of the drama. I was like, "How do I get in one of those Dune movies?"
I know a guy.
Robert Pattinson has come so far since his Twilight days.
And it was a very unexpected call, like a few months later. And I kind of did think you were something to do with it. But I just think there's such a towering achievement. Like the cast is so incredible. And I just think everybody wants to work with Denis. I mean, he's a master. When you see the scope and scale and ambition of these movies, like on set, you get why they feel like this on the screen. It's just like extraordinary and amazing experience I've had.
From your character poster, I know Scytale is a fan favorite from the books, so I'm really excited to see your portrayal of him. I was curious if you could give us any sort of background into what his function in the story is going to be, what drives him.
Drives him. I mean, he's an unusual character in the book. I mean, you can't really tell whose side he's on. It's kind of what makes him quite interesting. But yeah, it's an extremely fun character to play, and the look for it is quite
Incredible.
extraordinary.
We have one more question from a co-star of yours, and this is coming all the way from Hawaii.
Okay, these co-stars are only asking the questions on part of the audience. Like, these co-stars already know the answers. They're in the movie.
I'm back! Yeah!
Jason
Finally.
Momoa.
I loved Dune 2. It was amazing. I mean, but there's one thing missing, obviously, one key ingredient. So
Just
the question to you, Denis, is
his son's going to be in the movie.
why'd you kill me off in the first one, and why am I back now? I love you, because you miss me, but a little bit more.
Yes, good question. Why did
Yes.
Duncan Idaho was killed in the first one, and suddenly it seems that he comes back in the third? Frank Herbert, genius. The idea is that I think he created that kind of tremendous charismatic character that our art was broken, seeing him falling in the first one, and then we were the desire to see him back, and he comes back just at the right moment in the story. And it's like a very, very important comeback. Paul is struggling with his identity, and having that kind of strong Atreides figure coming back from the past will have a tremendous impact. That's what I will say. And I'm looking forward to, I will say he's fully back. Yeah.
And we're in March. The movie comes out December. What do the next several months look like for you? Are you done with the film?
No.
Okay.
It's cooking. It's going well. The movie is alive. The movie
They're
is,
cooking up all right.
mostly done in the-
And they've got plenty of time, but they got to get it done by December. I mean, feel free to delay it. If you delay it, then that's going to get rid of that stupid doomsday trend. Please delay it. Make it good.
The effects is those movies are not small, and they require a lot of post-production. So we were on full speed in post-production, and after this, I'm running out to the editing room again. Yeah.
Okay, so we should wrap that up then. I want you to have the time you need to finish this. I just wanted to thank you guys again for being
Thank
here.
you so much, my
Let's
friend,
give
for being
a
here.
round of applause for Robert Pattinson, Anya Taylor-Joy, Javier Bardem, Zendaya, and of course, Denis Villeneuve. Words before we get up.
Yeah, so we talking about cooking. We cook something for you, a few images that we will show you now. A little.
Right, and we will not be playing that for copyright reasons. So that's the end of that for now. Now, there is something else I want to bring attention to you guys. And I find this particular thing to be very pressing. I don't know if any of you are going to be bothering watching this by now. I mean, I'm happy that the majority of you hopped on just to say hello and the like. But for those of you who stay, there is this one particular video I want to bring attention to you. I shared this video on my Discord channel, and this is a YouTube channel that I've endorsed in my YouTube recommendations. A YouTuber by the name of Pilgrim's Pass. I've recommended his channel for some time. And he's a very insightful man. He's been making plenty of videos talking about several insights in regards to masculinity as portrayed in Aragorn, Frodo, and Gandalf in the Lord of the Rings series. He's talked about these various intriguing thematic politics in entertainment. You know, not hey, here's a thing to get you to vote for this certain thing. No, he's it's just like talking about like the theme of like these different political stuff, like fears of what's going to happen in the future, and these patterns of the past and how they've applied to like certain pieces of entertainment. He's also talking about like various character assessments and what certain stories get right, what others get wrong. Stuff like that. And he's talking about all that, and he's always presented himself as a knight. But something very surprising happened just earlier. It was literally as I was recording this, not very long ago at all. It was literally like 1 day ago, literally yesterday. This guy through this video has revealed that certain public rumors about him were true, and that he is literally a soldier at war volunteering in Ukraine as a combat medic. Literally. Ads. Okay, right. just yeah, it is what it is. You know, gotta get paid somehow. Right. Happy Walrus. Very happy Virgin Media Walrus. For crying out loud. So apparently, according to this video, it was around here that he was in Ukraine and he was helping someone get to aid. And during his time out in the battlefield, around this time, he got injured, and someone in his squad took most of the damage for him. And they were willing to bleed and die for each other. And he's making the video just practically bleeding on his bed. And he's made what I think is just his most incredible video yet, where he just gets so brutally honest, where he confesses about his lifestyle. He then, through his authentic, legitimate position as a literal soldier, he talks about how people can be so easily swayed into political extremes and not actually take action into actually committing to legit virtue. So for him, committing to virtue is going out to Ukraine to volunteer as a combat medic, because he says that academia nowadays is filled with too many people who are using AI as a lazy shortcut in and of itself, and not using their critical thinking skills in the process. And people get so easily carried over to one-sided opinions without looking into the nuance of things. And he's pointing out, look, if you thought this way was going to save you from like your domestic problems, reality says otherwise. So I adhere to all these endorsements of all of these traits, of all these characters in my favorite fictional stories. And he points out the sheer idiocy of the extreme politics on both the left and the right, and how he thought if there's no point in just being some snobbish intellectual in an armchair, and there's no point in being too cowardly to just sit there and do nothing and just complain, because more often than not, the best way to address the concerns of the world is to actively make a difference. And that's what he's doing. He's living the example. He's a literal soldier. And man alive, he just has my utmost respect. Good on him. Good on him. So please, I insist, if and when you get the chance to watch it, please do. I don't know if I've got enough time to watch all of it, and I would play the video for all of you to see, but you know me, I'm an underdog, and I don't think there's enough people on this channel to actually comment it with me. Although with that said, someone else is joining in. Maybe I could have time to actually play this video, because it really is just probably his most incredible video he's made yet. Absolutely incredible. I suppose, if nothing else, tell you what. Oh, Baron, hello. Sorry, I didn't see your comments there. Okay, there's no point in showing this to you, Baron, because you've already seen it because I shared it on my Discord channel. Nuance is critically right. So to sorry, I didn't read your comments earlier. So just checking if that was the right link. I'm pretty sure that is. Yeah. Right. So I don't think anyone else is joining us. So I think I'll just end the live stream here. But to anyone else who got this far in the live stream and hasn't seen this video yet, please do yourselves a favor. Click the video link. It's probably the best video that Pilgrim's Pass has ever made. I mean, he's already made some great content on his channel, but this is just outright profound. Also, still keeping the charm of the quirky art style of him being a knight. So yeah, that's dedication right there. Yeah, that's about it. I mean, again, I would happily play this video, but I don't think there's enough people to warrant showing it to. So I'll just hope and pray that other people see this live stream. So yeah. Just end the live stream here, and just another reminder, speaking of committing to making a difference in the world, don't forget to support me on my charity run, raising funds for children in Gaza and Bethlehem. So I'm also doing my part in helping people out through my next Loch Ness marathon run. So if you can donate, please do. That would be much appreciated. People in Gaza and Bethlehem need that sort of thing, so that'd be great. And with that, I think that's all I've got time for tonight. But thank you all so much for watching, and thank you for supporting my channel. And just one more thing. When my Super Smash Brothers animation comes out this Friday, try to spread it to as many people as possible, because who doesn't love Super Smash Brothers? Am I right? Right. Okay, that's all from me today. Scott Stinker signing out. Holy Trinity bless every single one of you. Happy St. Paddy's Day.